And my God, I don't even know if I can do this. It was horrendous. The horrendous withdrawal symptoms this time. And I've been So today is going to be a bit of an update on how I'm going. Still sober, by the way. Can't believe it. Good grief. Everybody keeps saying, no, you're not going to do it, you're not going to do it, and you're going to go back, you're going to go straight down to Cope and get some more. I thought, don't think so. I'll show you. I'll show you. So today, I've been on my electric bike. I've done a video of that earlier on today, so I'll post that like further on down the line on my electric bike. I had to go for an appointment. We had 2 appointments today. I had to go to a job centre because I'm on benefits. I had to go for like a health update interview, which you have to do once every fortnight. So I've done that this morning. You believe? 20 minutes there, 20 minutes back. Do you know how long I were in place? 5 minutes. Is that taking piss or what? Anyway, it's done. But next time, it's a phone call, so that's better. And this afternoon, I've had a job interview. There's a little cafe just up the road from where I live. They were wanting staff. But when I applied for it at the beginning of July, and I've only just heard. I'm like, what? I'd even forgotten about it when the lady rung up last Friday. Anyway, I've been for that today. So that only took, I wasn't in there right long. So if I hear out, I hear some, but if I don't, I don't. But I asked her how many hours it were a week. She said between 12 and 15. So I thought, I don't really think that's worth bothering with, to be right honest. I'm not being funny at all, but nah. But anyway, see if they ring back, and then I'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. Anyway, so my update is I'm still sober. Oh, thank God. Yeah, still sober. Still battling on. Still feeling really well. So I'm going to talk today about build up to being sober and my God, I don't even know if I can do this. It was horrendous. The horrendous withdrawal symptoms this time. And I've been told, and I've been watched a few YouTube videos, everybody says, every time you stop drinking, and then every time you stop drinking and withdrawals kick in, each time it gets worse. But this time, Jesus Christ, this time were really, really bad. I am not joking. I've been out for one of my appointments that I have to do. I'll get into that a bit further down in another video. I have to go to these appointments every week anyway, that is it. And I get picked up on a morning every Wednesday. And build up to that, anyway, I'll backtrack. Build up to that were, last time I relapsed, then I went back onto drink, which wasn't right long. I just felt so different. Drinking again, not like before. I was all right for about 4 or 5 days, going back to drinking again. But then I woke up one morning and I thought, I don't feel very well at all. I feel really, really poorly. And I don't know, I just don't know what it was. Just felt like I was going to throw up all the time. I thought, it'll pass. And every time I've had like a bit of churning, a bit of sicky feeling in my stomach, I've just had another drink and it's sort of like worn. I'm not saying that's the right thing to do, that's just what I did. And it just went away. But this time, I don't know. This time it just felt as if it's just been so different. It's every time I had a drink, I felt like I was going to be sick. And it was getting worse as each day went on. I thought, this isn't good. I've never felt like this before. And each day I was trying to drink a bit less and less so I didn't feel sick or as sick. But wasn't happening, Ange. Still feeling sick. So I think I woke up one morning, one might have been middle of the night, because it's always middle of the night when it starts with vomiting. I think it might be middle of the night. Woke up at middle of the night and I went to toilet and I'm like, and that's the first vomiting session that I had. They were only not bad. So I got back in bed, fell back to sleep, and I woke up the next day and I didn't seem that bad. But it just snowballed after that day after day after day. I was just sick every day. Sick every day for about a week. And it got to, I think it was a Friday. Yeah, the Friday at the end of the week, and I felt like hell. I thought, I can't do this anymore. I can't do it. This is just, I don't know. I just felt so different. I didn't feel right. I didn't feel myself. I didn't feel right. I couldn't drink. I could not physically drink anymore. Every time I had a glass of gin in that little glass, I just threw it all back up again. It was like my body were rejecting it. But every time I tried to drink a little bit more and a little bit more. But every time it just came straight out over and over again. All that weekend, building up to the Tuesday before I went for my appointment. And the day before I went for my appointment, I was violently sick, really bad. And I couldn't have out to drink at all. Then I didn't have out to drink. I just could not stomach it. My body would not physically keep the gin inside it, because every time it just went, Jesus. And I absolutely hate being sick. It is the worst, really horrible, really bad. A lot back in your throat, like burns. I'll tell you what I get as well, like when I vomit a lot. Like back of your throat burns, and then you get like horrendous pain all the way down from back of your throat, all the way down from your chest, like in your stomach, you know, where you've been like hurling up time after time after time. You know what stupid thing is? You know what the stupid, absolute ridiculous thing is? I paid for that. I bought that, I paid for that. I paid for that feeling. I paid for all that vomiting out my own pocket. You think, what an idiot. What an idiot. Yeah, but anyway. So I got to, it was Wednesday morning, I was due to be picked up by my driver who takes me to my appointments. And I woke up with my husband when he was getting ready for work, waved him off. And it got to about 7 o'clock in the morning. I thought, I can't do this appointment, I'm not going to be able to make it. But I did. I got there, but anyway. It got to 7 o'clock in the morning. I thought, I'll try a little bit of gin to see if it settles my stomach. So I had a little bit, and I only had like a couple of sips, well, not a couple of sips, quite big sips. And about 5 minutes later, straight to the bathroom, and I was sick about 5 or 6 times. And I started to shake. And I didn't know what to do. I was still in a dressing gown. I thought, I'm going to be picked up for my appointment at 9 o'clock. He said he would come in at 9. And I didn't know what to do. I'm like, shall I ring him, tell him not to come, to save my wasted journey? I thought, I can't. I thought, I'm going to have to go. I need to go. I have to go. I have no choice. So I'm like pacing that house, like, I don't know what to do. I can't cope. So got to about 9:15, and the guy who picking me up rung me. He says, I'll be there at 9 o'clock. See you in a bit. I wasn't even dressed in it. Well, like 10 to 9. I'm like, trying to throw some clothes on and what have you. And like staggering around the house, and he pulled up outside the house, and I thought, Jesus, I can't do this. But anyway, I got my rucksack and my shoes on, and I went and got in his car. And I literally thought, please, Ange, don't throw up in Kev's car. Please don't throw up in Kev's car. And my stomach was churning. And it was like, the last place you want to be when you're feeling sick or want to be sick is in a car. Especially with roads round here and over speed humps. I'm like, crying out loud. I thought, please, I'm just don't be sick. And I was like this with my elbow window like this, just looking out a window. I didn't even speak. I think he knew there was something wrong. I told him that I'd had a drink. He says, yeah, I can tell. But anyway, I did my appointment, came back home, and Kev dropped me off. As soon as I got key in back door, that were it. As soon as I got key in back door and put one foot in house, I had to run to the bathroom, and I vomited over and over and over and over again for about an hour. Absolutely horrendous. It was horrible. Never been so sick as much in all my life. And after that, I was absolutely exhausted. I was starting to shake really bad, and my head were killing. Head were banging really bad. So only thing I could do was get in bed. So I got in bed, and I took bowl. I got a bowl from kitchen to be sick in. So I got in bed, and that is where I stayed for two days. I couldn't get out. I physically could not get out of bed. My legs were like lead. I couldn't even stand up. And I vomited all Wednesday night, all through middle at night Wednesday, right into Thursday morning, all Thursday morning, during the day, all Thursday night, all Thursday night into evening, into midnight, then into Friday, all Friday and all Friday night. I think I stopped being sick 7 o'clock that Friday night, but it wasn't just the vomiting. I was shaking, my arms were shaking, my face was shaking. My husband, bless him, when he was coming home from work, and the thirst were horrendous. I've never had thirst like it in my life. I'd ask my husband to go to Co-op and get me some pop, and he would bring me these bottles of pop, and I was guzzling them, but even I couldn't keep pop down or even water, and I couldn't quench my thirst because I was dehydrated. As much as I tried to get fluid in, it just came straight back out again. Oh, Jesus. And I was just like, don't bed like this, so please make it go away. My husband, bless him, kept saying, can I get, do you want out? Do you want out? He's like, wait, do you want out? Do you want out? I kept saying, I said, yeah, I want to be better, I want to be better, I don't want this. I've paid for this, I've done this to myself, nobody else has done it to me. It's not like I got food poisoning or been somewhere and got a bug. This was all self-inflicted. And it wasn't just that, it was the shaking, from my legs were shaking. This was just lying in bed, my legs were shaking, my arms were shaking. I couldn't even sit up. My husband had to help me to sit up in bed, to have a drink, to have some pop or some water. Couldn't have any food. No, my husband kept saying, do you want to eat? Do you want to eat? And every time I smelled his food he was cooking, oh, that just brought it all back again. I'm like, oh, jeez. I'm like, please just make it go away. Please just make it go away. It will. And this last session, withdrawal session that I've had, was the worst ever. My skin felt like it were burning all over. Well, not just on my arms, it were all over my arms, my legs, my torso, my back, my feet. It just absolutely felt like it were on fire. Crazy. And I ached all over, like, you know, when you got flu. I ached all over from head to foot. And I physically just could not get out of bed. Couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't even sit up. I tried to get out of bed, but I got my feet on the floor. I'm like, I can't, I could not physically, I didn't have enough strength to hold myself up. I just flopped back down on bed again, on my back. And the other thing I started having were hallucinations. I was looking at the couch when I went in the middle of the night when I was vomiting. I was looking at curtains, because I lie next to a window. It looked like the curtains were opening and closing on their own. Oh my God. And then I looked at carpet, it looked like carpet were moving round, you know, like a sea, or like a river. And I've got like a fancy little shade in my bedroom ceiling, and it looked like that were dropping down and then like expanding across. I'm like, oh my God. I started to get really scared. I'm like this, putting covers over my head. It's an awful bloody horror film. I'm crying out loud. And then when I did manage to get up later on in the week, I managed to get up and go to the bathroom. And I like this getting out of bed, like an old granny. And I like this red wall. Just thought I was proper frightened I was going to fall over. And we've got a big, massive, like 4-poster bed, and I end up, like an idiot, stubbing my toe bottom of bed. I'm like, for crying out loud. We kept bathroom light on so I could see where I was going, so I didn't bump into out. But I think it was, yeah, Friday night, 7 o'clock Friday night was the last time I was sick. And I managed to get up, but I still couldn't manage to eat anything. Or did I? Like, no, I think I might have had a little bit of fruit and a yoghurt or something like that. I think it was, yeah. So anyway, I went to bed that evening. I got up Saturday morning. I thought we were supposed to be going shopping because normally we do shopping on Saturday morning at White Rose Centre or we go to Meadowhall. I thought, I'm not even going to be able to have strength to go, and I was scared. I was trying to get anxiety about just going shopping because I was frightened that I was going to fall over or faint or something, you know, because I was that weak. But anyway, I got dressed and what have you, and I said to Simon, my husband, I said, if I can't do this, you're going to have to take me back to the car. You're going to have to do it shopping on your own. And he says, oh yeah, no problem, I will. So anyway, I said, I'll just hold on to the trolley, which is what I've done before. But no, I managed. Oh, quite alright, but slow. We walked around really, really slow. Oh, good grief. I thought, I don't care, we're not in a rush, it doesn't matter how fast it's not a marathon to do your blooming shopping, is it? But it was really quiet in Marks that Saturday morning anyway, so we managed it anyway. So as Saturday dinner time come, I felt like a lot better, and as Saturday wore on, I got even better and better as Saturday, and then I started to get feel a lot better really, really quickly. And by Sunday, I was loads better because we ended up going to another story. My washing machine broke the other week. God, man. This was horrendous. I put blooming washing on and I was sat in the house watching TV and it finished, but I've had it about 15 years. It's a Zanussi. It's been like a really good washing machine. And I was sat in the house and when it goes on spin, oh, Jesus Christ, you can't hear it, it makes a right row. It's like World War III. So washing machine had finished and I sat there and I thought, smell burning. I thought I can smell burning. I thought somebody outside must be like burning some garden rubbish or something. So anyway, I think I wanted a cup of tea. So I got up and I went into the kitchen and the kitchen was just full of smoke. Not bad, like light smoke, and it stank. And I thought, where the hell's that coming from? And washer door was still shut. And all like seeping out from outside the washer door that was still all shut. So I'm going to have to open the door. I switched it off and I opened washer door and all smoke came out and like nearly choked me. But crying out loud. So that bang goes the washing machine. And on my washing, it was really weird. On my washing, there were like these little, like white little plastic shardy bits. Like little plastic shavings. But they were everywhere, there were loads of them. So obviously it's come out of a washing machine, something's broke anyway, hasn't it? End of the day. So anyway, last Sunday we went shopping for a new washing machine, so it's coming tomorrow, I'll get my new washing machine tomorrow. I can't wait, I'm dead excited. What an idiot, what a child. Getting excited about it. It's shiny and black anyway, so I'll show you when it's done. When they come, because Curry's getting it from Curry's, and they're coming to take the old one away to recycle it, so it's going to washing machine heaven. To recycle the old one and then they're going to bring the new one and fit that, so I might film a bit of that as well along the way. I can't wait to use it because one I've got at the moment's 8 kilos drum and we've got like a big bed and I struggle to get the bottom cover in it. So this time my new washing machine, it's a Hisense and it's a 12 kilogram internal drum. So I can get all my bedding in. I can even get my quilts in and everything, so big result. I can't wait for it to come. My husband says, you're going to be washing all weekend. He says to his mates, anybody want any washing done? I'm just getting a new washing machine. Good grief. Blooming. Yes, I'm going to be washing a lot. So luckily this time I didn't have to get taken into hospital. Last few times I've been and had to be taken into hospital. But I have previous times. My God, I've been in hospital God knows how many times with withdrawal symptoms really bad. I've been in Dewsbury District Hospital, I've been in Bradford Royal Hospital, I've been in Leeds General Hospital, and I've been in Pinderfields Hospital numerous times over and over again with withdrawal symptoms. I remember once really bad. I were having really bad withdrawal symptoms, and I rung ambulance myself in the middle of the night because I felt so poorly. An ambulance crew came and I couldn't even get out of bed to let them in. They let themselves in, that door were open. Came into the bedroom and says, "What's been happening? How are you doing? Or you don't look right well." And I was wet through, soaking wet. So I told them what were happening. I said, "I don't feel right well." And I said, I was frightened to go to sleep in case I didn't wake up. That's how scared I was. So I'm really frightened. And I said, "I don't feel right well. Have you had out to eat?" "No, I haven't had out to eat. I don't feel well. I feel sick and I have been sick." So I was all right. Do all your observations and what have you. And she, there were a female ambulance driver and male ambulance man as well, who came in with the big bags. So they took my blood sugar levels and she says, "Oh my God," and she showed male guy, ambulance crew guy, and she looked at me and she says, "This ain't good." She says, "You know what your blood sugar levels are?" So I said, "No." She says, 1.4. She says, "You are a serious risk of going into a diabetic coma." So she says, "Come on, right." She says, "You've no choice but to go to hospital." She says, "This is serious." She says, "You could go into a coma any minute." And I was starting to sort of like panic inside. I'm like, oh my God. So ambulance guy says, "Have you got out to eat? Have you got out in the fridge?" He says, quickly. So I don't know. He says, "Let me go have a look." So I heard him like walking really fast to my fridge, and he got a little pot of yogurt out from Marx's. I think it was lemon curd yogurt. He said, "Please, you've got to eat this. You've got to eat. It's serious. We have got to get your blood sugar levels up. This is bad." So I was shaking like this. I was like this. I couldn't even open jar. So he says, "Yeah, in the ambulance man were feeding me. Ambulance guy were feeding me to try and get my blood sugar levels up." And they did them again just before they got me in ambulance and still hadn't moved. So quickly they got me in ambulance and what have you anyway. And I felt like shit. I felt really bad. So they set off anyway. I think we were going to Pinderfields at this time. Yeah, we're going to Pinderfields. And I thought, oh my God, can I make it all the way to Pinderfields feeling like this? And all I did, they strapped me in so I didn't fall out. I was like this. And they put that blooming neck thing on me as well, so I couldn't move. And so, yeah, guy were giving, because they couldn't get my blood sugar levels up, they're giving me these like gels, like to bring blood sugar levels up. Like glucose gels, I think they are, like in sachets. So he said, "Yeah, I have one of them." So I remember a sachet that big, so I had one on what I've been thought. It tasted quite nice, but not really, really sweet. So I had that. And so the blood sugar levels, he says, normally they kick in like really quick when your blood sugar levels are really low. So I said, "No, I haven't moved." So give me another. So no, still haven't moved. So he gave me another, give me 3. I remember he gave me 3. Different flavours, but anyway. Give me 3. But he says, "Oh yeah, they've come up a little bit. So he says, "Oh, that's good news." And he looked really relieved. He looked more relieved than I did. So I'm like, oh my God. So this time, I don't know whether it was the yogurt he gave me or whether it was a glucose gel, but if you've ever been in the back of an ambulance when you feel like shit, you feel like you're going to throw up, they're the most, back of an ambulance, they're the most uncomfortable, blooming things I've ever been in. You're like this, going over bumps and really loud, it's like, I feel like ground shaking. But anyway, so we got like a bit further on the journey. I tried to look out our window to see where we were going. I couldn't see a bloody thing. It was pitch black. It was middle at night. And we were batting along in ambulance, and I'm sure she had blue lights on. But anyway, because female crew member, she was driving, and the guy was sitting back on the computer doing all jargon thing, you know, for hospital, referring back to and from hospital. So I says to him, I says, I feel sick. So he got me one of them like grey horrible ball things. and I projectile vomited all in this grey bowl, and I filled it up within seconds, right to the top. So just took it off me right quick like that and put it on the floor. So another, so give me another, fill that up again, like same amount. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ, I'm not, can't cope. Anyway, so I put that on the floor, give me another, and I filled that then. I was laid back and I'm like, do you know when you're like sick and you feel like your heart's going to come out your chest, doesn't it? And your eyes are streaming, your nose is streaming. You think, I must look like a right mess. But I've done that to myself. Nobody's done it for me. I bought and paid for all that. Experience. Great. But I proceeded to just do it over and over again. I think, I don't know. What is it? Don't know what it is. I don't know what the answer is. I don't have one. But as soon as I came out of hospital after a couple of weeks, I was straight back drinking again. And this scenario has gone on for years. Stop, start, stop, start. Not stopping. I don't want to stop. Why should I? Then, no, I've got to stop because I don't feel like, well, this isn't healthy, this isn't good. And it went on and on for years and years and years until this time it would have been different. This time's just been so different. I don't know why, I don't know what it is, I can't put my finger on it, but this time it's been so different. And I have stopped, and I've been stopped for a fair few weeks now. And somehow inside me I feel totally different than what I have done before when I've stopped, you know, when I've got sober. You know, I'm sober now, I've been sober for a fair few weeks, but inside I feel so different, but so much better. And everybody keeps thinking, I'm going to go back, oh, she'll go back. She said all this before, she'd done all this before, but no chance. Not ever, ever, ever am I going to go back to... Do you know what? Even if I think about it, I feel sick. And when we were out at shops on other week, I don't know why I'm there, my GoPro just turned itself off. It's gone on strike. It's given weekend mode already. You will carry on and film me. Technology here. It's alright when it works. I thought it ran out of charge, but it hasn't. Just got it in bedroom, plug it in. Blooming thing's got like over 50% still left in, so why did you turn yourself off? You bad GoPro. Good grief. Blooming heck. Anyway, so I think that's all I'm going to talk about today with my withdrawals and all that malarkey. So if you like this video and have watched it, or not watched it, or half watched it, or quarter watched it, please I'd appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care guys. I can't even speak. I ain't even had any gin either. Alright guys, take care. See you later.